Every human gets a final sentence. Some are poetic, some are tragic, some are powerful, and some are unbelievably ironic. Because history doesn't care who you are. King, writer, general, genius. Your last words might not be legendary. They might just be awkward, or sarcastic, or hilariously wrong. Tonight, we're looking at some of the strangest, most ironic final words ever spoken by iconic figures in history. And trust me, some of these did not age well. The composer who said he'd be fine. Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, one of the greatest composers in history. In 1893, during a cholera outbreak in Russia, people were being extremely careful about drinking unboiled water. At a restaurant, Tchaikovsky was warned not to drink a glass of untreated water. He reportedly brushed it off, drank it anyway. He said he wasn't worried, that he'd be fine. Days later, he fell seriously ill and died. The man who composed Swan Lake, taken down by a glass of water he thought was harmless. Sometimes history's irony isn't loud. It's just a quiet, overconfident decision. Oscar Wilde's room. Oscar Wilde was one of the wittiest writers who ever lived. Even near the end, he didn't drop the sarcasm. As he lay in a dull Paris hotel room, he reportedly said, "Either that wallpaper goes, or I do." He passed away shortly after. Only Oscar Wilde could turn interior decorating into a final punchline. Even death couldn't take his timing. The king who said he was fine. King Louis XVI of France, moments before his execution during the French Revolution, he tried to address the crowd. He began speaking calmly, but the drums rolled louder to drown him out. His last attempt at words were cut short by noise. A king who once ruled millions, unable to finish a sentence. History can be brutal and sometimes bitterly ironic. Karl Marx and the last words problem. Karl Marx, philosopher and revolutionary thinker, when asked for his last words, he reportedly replied, "Last words are for fools who haven't said enough." Mic drop. For a man who wrote volumes of theory, that line feels perfectly on brand. Sharp, dismissive, and very final. The man who said, "I feel fine." General John Sedgwick was a Union general during the American Civil War. His soldiers were ducking from distant enemy fire, trying to stay low. Sedgwick reportedly said they couldn't hit an elephant at this distance. Moments later, he was shot by a distant marksman. No drama, no long speech, just instant historical irony. Confidence can be dangerous. We imagine our final words being meaningful, epic, deep, perfectly crafted. But history shows something different. Sometimes they're jokes, sometimes they're sarcastic, sometimes they're tragically ironic, and sometimes they're just human. Because no matter how iconic you are, life doesn't wait for a perfect final line. And maybe that's what makes them unforgettable. If you enjoyed this journey through history, there's more waiting for you. Please like the video, and also do not forget to subscribe to the channel.